I think family is probably the most important career move you will actually ever make. And this family could be just you. That's all I'm talking about. Is building a other entity other than your work and really building it up and making it vastly part of your life. And the reason is that your family actually gives you desire to get back up and do it again every day. Most people don't realize this. So I study business. I'm a business professor, and family business is some of the largest businesses in the world. And they often, there's the Fords, for example, are famous, very famous family business, but there's lots of family businesses. In fact, many of the world's largest businesses started out as family businesses. And what often we forget is that our lives, how we actually do business, people don't understand careers and business and things very much. But it's very much the reason why we do well is simply because that other people resonate with who you are, and they resonate when you have family and you're doing a real thing and not superficially. I think that is the challenge. I think maybe 60, 70 years ago there was that moment where you can be the superficial dad that went off to work and then mom stayed at home, that kind of dynamic. But it's very much changing today. If you start looking at, social media, for example, and you start studying the people that are doing it very, very well and have millions of followers, there's often an interwoven family element to it. And the reason is that we get a sense of belonging. We feel that they are part of our lives. And so we want to support them in various different ways. One of my favorite groups to watch on TV is Outdoor Boys. And my claim to fame is we started watching them when they had like 33,000 followers. And now they have millions and millions of followers. The reason why we love this and we want to support these people is because that we see ourselves in them. And most business is all about that, is thinking that our lives could be this way. And if we could see ourselves in that, and we also learn how to separate, but also have it part of our life in a healthy way, the work element, the career element, things really take off. Now, it admittedly is very difficult to do that. Admittedly, when my kids were small, it was very stressful in our house. Me and my wife are both professionals. I'm a business professor. My wife is a veterinarian. And it often was a very stressful house. And so we had to figure out how to make this happen. My wife and I have very different personalities, very, very different personalities. She's much more on the type A kind of stuff. And a lot of what we had to figure out is how do we manage it so that we can get back up and do it again. And we can have a life that we love and we manage. And what's been interesting for me, it's one of the ways that I still continue doing the things that I do as a business professor. Most people don't understand just how stressful it actually is. They think of it as like this kind of, once you start your PhD, almost within 6 months, you're like, I want to. And within a month, you're like, I want to quit. And I truly want to quit, right? Everybody feels like that. It is so tough and so rigorous, the expectations are so stupid. But what you learn, or what I've learned, is that pulling away and just saying F you to the world, right? Like really those moments where it's just you and your family, you get to escape. And the family could be just your mind, right? Like if it's just a family of one, but it's building something other than that is only for you. It's a secret inside deal between you and, maybe eventually you get a partner or you get some other people that are part of it, but it's an inside secret where you can keep yourself sane when things are going insane around you. And what you realize, the more that you have this sort of support, from various different angles. And I think that's why social media is great if you do it right. It's so hard if you don't do it right, and it sort of takes away from you. I think lots of people understand that. It becomes like this sort of fame thing and all of that. But if you can leverage it to grow yourself to become a better person, which is ultimately the goal of what we try to do in all areas of our lives, the better off that you will be, right? And it's this family that you're growing. And I don't like the term of applying it to work and all of that kind of stuff. I think that is often abused. But really realizing that it's about growing something other than you. And that is the most important part, that taking away from all of the things where you're so very self-centered and you're growing something other than you is one of life's most important lessons that you'll ever have. And it will grow you in your career because you can take a step back and not care about somebody or something that is happening to you. So I encourage you to build, if it's a family of one, I'm just talking about you, right? You develop that inside where you are okay with what the world treats you as, and you just take a step back and say, well, I'm just going to build up my internal self so that I can tackle the world and do something that is incredibly important, regardless of what the world gives you. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.